Hey guys, this is Cynthia from Rocky Mountain Mama, and I'm doing another video for the Virtual Homeschool Co-op. So the topic for today is, what do we do if we're experiencing a crisis, whether it be for weather or anything else? There could be a job loss. A crisis could include, somebody suffering from like a terminal illness. There's lots of things that can come up that can really disrupt your homeschool. So one of the questions was, what sort of disaster would we be facing here where we live? So we're in Colorado. The biggest worry that we would have would be most likely a really bad snowstorm. So that is something that we really try and prepare for before wintertime hits. So, however, we're in Colorado Springs, and so we have had 3 really big natural disasters here in the last 3 years. So we've had 2 huge fires. Well, I wouldn't say they were caused naturally, because both of them were supposedly caused by an individual, but there were 2 huge fires that wiped out, I don't even remember, like thousands of homes over the last several years. There was one fire that was actually in Black Forest. There was another fire that was on the west side of town, like right at the foothills of Pikes Peak. Super devastating. People were having to be evacuated. They're evacuating their animals, especially in Black Forest. There's larger properties where people have horses and other animals. So, what a nightmare for these people to have to evacuate. And then so many homes were lost, you guys. Thankfully, I believe in the first fire on the west side of town, there were no lives lost. In Black Forest, there were 2 people that lost their life. It was a couple. I don't know why. I think they died in their garage, so I think they were getting ready to leave, and then they just didn't make it out on time. So, and then the third thing we've had is a flood. And that was in a part of town that is kind of lower in elevation, that was really close to a river. And so we get a lot of rain some summers, and so the river ended up flooding. So right where we are in our part of town, we kind of don't have water near us, so that's not necessarily a concern. But, anything can happen, so we try and be prepared. Like I said, the thing that we really do kind of focus on prep-wise is a really big snowstorm. So it's called an Albuquerque low. What happens is the weather pattern comes in from the south during an Albuquerque low, as opposed to the north, I guess, I think is what I was told. And so when that happens, you just get this huge amount of snowfall, and it can really shut stuff down and make it so you can't go anywhere. So we really only had one of those since we moved up here, I want to say 13 years ago. And it was crazy. I mean, normally we get snow, but it's not a lot. It snows and then melts. So in an Albuquerque low, you can have 10 feet of snow. I mean, it's just crazy. It was just mounting. It was taller than me. It was wow. Okay, so these are some things that we do to prepare. I'm so excited because I love this topic. So a friend of mine introduced me to all this, I don't know, right after we moved up here. So she's an LDS gal, and Mormons are known for their knowledge and wisdom about food prep, emergency preparedness, stuff like that. So she kind of taught me all she knew, and she pointed me in the right direction to some websites and stuff like that. So it was great. So anyways, There is a website that I printed this stuff out. It's from this big binder. I just label it emergency, and so I keep it in our office. Our office is right by the front of the house, by the front door, and so I keep this binder there. And so I keep really important documents in here. So if we ever do need to evacuate quickly, whether it's due to a natural disaster or, you know, let's just say, you know, something happened in our family in another town and we just had to really leave quickly or whatever, you know, we can just grab this and it has all of our important information in it. So I got this idea from a website. It's called, I wrote it down. Where is it? everydayfoodstorage.net. So, they have it's so much more than food storage though. I mean, everything you could imagine regarding this topic at all with preparing for anything, they have it. And so originally when I found their website, like, I don't know, all those years ago, they had this download that you could buy. And so it's like all this paperwork I downloaded for a fee. And I think now they have all this just on their website. It's called like Baby Steps. And so they walk you through every month to find, or not to find, but to prepare for something. So, you know, because the big things that you want when you're having to prepare for something, if you're staying in your home, is you need water and food and a way to prepare those items. So anyway, they walk you through all that. The big thing, you know, like I haven't filled all this out. They have so much in here. So I would just suggest if you're at all interested, going to their website. But they suggested doing a grab and go list. I don't have any kind of like 72-hour kit. I sort of used to. But our family life had gotten so busy that I kind of got away from really focusing on some of this stuff. But I used to not have them in backpacks. Like they say to have a backpack for each person. I just had a big box, like one big box that I could grab. And it had extra food that we could just take on the run. And it had first aid supplies. I don't know. It had like a bunch of stuff in there. I think I put some money in there. Stuff like that. So that way it's just something that we could grab quick. I kept it in the front closet right by the door. So I could just grab this binder and that box. So I really need to start something like that up again because that would be super convenient. I think I had like toilet paper. I don't even remember because it's been a while since I had that put together. But the grab and go list is really important because if you have to evacuate, you know, you're going to be in the state of like panic, you know, so at least I would. So you need to have something to reference. So I have my grab and go list right here in the front of my binder, and I need to redo it and type it up because it's getting pretty frayed, but I don't know if the camera will be able to pick this up. I'm just doing this on my camera, on my phone camera, so it's not all that great. But you know, you could pause the video and just look at what I've put on here. So I've sort of separated out depending on how much time I have to get ready to go. And I think on the back, oh, I did like a 20-minute one. It's probably backwards, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So I have one that's for 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, you know. So obviously, you know, the most important things are the people in our lives and our animals, right? So that's the main thing that we're going to be grabbing. You know, everything else is replaceable, including homeschool materials. It would really be a bummer if, say, we were facing a huge fire in our neighborhood and we had to evacuate right now. It would be a bummer because a lot of our stuff would be destroyed. So that would be hard. This year it is kind of nice because my older kids, or no, my 3 youngest kids are doing school online, and so like their work would be kept just on their website so they wouldn't lose their things. But hey, you know, everything's replaceable. You know, it would be a bummer to lose our photo albums and personal possessions. The big thing I try and do is keep everything in a place, in the same place all the time. So I try and keep my keys, my purse. I keep most of our shoes in the front closet. So like if there just is an emergency or just anything where we need to get out the door quick, that it would be handy. So that doesn't always work because there's definitely times where I'm like scrambling to go pick up or drop off the kids somewhere or something, and I'm like, oh no, where are my keys? You know, so it doesn't always work, but I do try. And the same with my purse. So anyways, another website that has been super, super helpful. I have no affiliation with these websites, just to let you know. I just like to not reinvent the wheel. You know, I feel like these ladies have spent the time and effort to put the stuff together. I want to share their wisdom. So I have gained so much benefit from the dealstomeals.com website. So awesome. So if you have any interest at all in saving money on groceries and or stocking up any food items, which we do because we do at least want to stock up during the winter, dealstomeals.com is a great service. Oh my word. I can't even tell you. It's a service where they charge you $5 a month and they go through for your area and they tell you what all the sales are at every store. They compare them to Walmart and Costco, which typically tend to be the cheapest for food shopping. And if anything is cheaper than those two stores, then you get a special like message on the top. They like delineate it out by store, and then it's like starred or flagged. And then those are items that you especially want to stock up on that week. So it's like a weekly service that they go through and scour all the ads. And you could either go to those individual stores, like say Albertsons or Safeway or King Soopers, you know, whatever the major stores are in your area, and shop. Or you can take your printout, like you can print out whatever you want to get from those deals, make a grocery list, go to Walmart, and you can price match at Walmart. And do like one-stop shopping. So that has saved me so much money. You can do all of that by yourself and scour the ads yourself, but I just find $5 a month saves me so much time. And the money that I save, it's like hundreds, you know, so that $5 fee is like nothing to me in comparison to what I receive in value. So another resource I wanted to share with you was my friend that I mentioned earlier in this video. She was telling me that any person can purchase items from the LDS Cannery. So the Cannery for the Mormon Church, they sell bulk items, so many things. They sell dried beans and wheat berries and flour, rice, I think. I don't know, there's a huge list of things that they sell in bulk. And so we have done that as well. We have stored them in the bags they come in. We've stored them in the big, like, number 10, like, coffee cans, you know. We've stored them in buckets. So, oh, and they sell, like, oatmeal, huge bags of oatmeal. So anyways, you can go on their website and look up, and I'll put a link below. You can look up if there's a cannery near you. And then you can also look up what items they sell and how much it costs. And then you can compare it to your local stores and see if it's a good deal for you. But I have found that over the years, it's really saved us a lot of money just to maybe shop there once or twice a year to stock up on stuff that we use all the time, like the wheat berries and the oatmeal. Oh, I got a huge box of potato flakes because the bread recipe that I use takes a cup or two of potato flakes. So Anyway, that's a really great service that we've taken advantage of, and it's awesome that they open it up to the public. It's just like a store. You go in there, you tell them what you want, and they get it for you. So that's really cool. What else was I going to tell you about that? You have a kit that lets them work to keep feeling normal. Oh, so the other thing I was going to say, like, if you do have time to grab things for school, you know, I would definitely do that, of course. You know, if you're having to evacuate for any reason and go stay with somebody else or stay at a hotel for an extended amount of time, having your school stuff can really be a lifesaver because it gives your kids something to do and gives them a sense of normalcy. It keeps their mind off of whatever tragedy or, you know, distressing thing is happening. It keeps them off of screens, you know, like they're not just idly watching something to kind of keep them busy while you're trying to handle, you know, a disaster or a situation. You know, so if possible, I would grab what I could, of course, you know. And so again, like our office is right here by the front door. You know, each kid kind of has a box of their own schoolwork. My older kids that go to take classes elsewhere, they have a backpack, and they really just keep their stuff in their backpack. And so it would be fairly easy if we had time to grab those things. You know, if we had laptops in here, we could grab those. Right now, we're kind of like all of our laptops kind of all one by one broke, you know, or the battery died or something. So we're just all kind of using this one desktop right now. And so that would be kind of hard to grab unless we just had a lot of time to get ready to evacuate somewhere. So anyways, oh, the other thing I was going to tell you. So I just happened to be browsing a website this morning and found this article that is all about this topic. So I thought I would share it with you. I'll put the link down below, but it's from a website called simplehomeschool.net. And this is a great blog. And there's an article on there. It's from October 10th, 2014. And it's written by Annie Renault, I believe is how you say her name. And it's called Homeschooling Through Crisis. And it's really such a great article. It talks about what crisis that she went through and then how she was able to homeschool through it. And so real quickly, I'll just read the like bolded items on here. It says, rely on community, keep schooling simple, honor the other learning that's happening. Like, how important is that? You know, if you're having to take care of a sick relative, or if they're, you know, if you're evacuating due to a huge disaster, you know, your kids are watching you and they're learning from everything that's happening. So that is really good advice. Make space for joy, make time for rest. Remember that this too shall pass. So I thought this was such a good article. So I'll put a link in the description box below. And I hope I covered it all. Anyways, I guess that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you're still watching. This ended up being kind of a long video. But I love this topic. So anyways, I'll put everything that I talked about in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, and we will talk to you soon.